Hello everyone, this is Darth Coonstyle on the Zueljin Patreon server here in the Nether Hub. Just taking a little gander around and I figured I would share some stuff with you before I start doing some regular videos of my build that I'm currently working on. So let's get started. Now, this is the actual third Nether Hub on this server. Um, and the other two, one was in the original spawn chunks, and then the other one was where they moved their spawn town to. And now we have a new town that we're building, and it's coming along. I don't want to spoil anything yet because there are quite a few amazing builds that are partially done, and I know I would probably rather get permission from those builders before I go showing off everything, but basically, when the new town was forming, I turned around and volunteered to build this Nether Hub, which happens to be right over a lava lake. So this is where actually you can see out the windows here. These are the Patreon banners. Uh, it's quite a big lava lake, and we spent. I think I probably spent about a month on this, to be honest. It wasn't the only thing I was doing at the time, but yeah, I've kind of earned the name the Nether Marshal now because we had a lot of problems with portals linking properly in the one of the old hubs. So now we're making sure everything is linking as close to possible. And a lot of people don't know, but in 1.8, the Y coordinate actually matters as far as linking portals. So we moved the Nether Hub instead of putting it up in the roof. We put it down here at Y70. So thus the huge lava lake. Of course, that's right where they chose the new town. Happened to be one of the largest lava lakes I've ever seen, but nonetheless, it was fun. I didn't die in lava, so it's designed to where each corridor, the blue, gray, red, and white tunnels, each can you could be like, oh, I'm down third tunnel on the left, down the white tunnel, or whatever. Makes it a little easier to navigate. Um, Most people tend to go directly north, no, cardinal direction from a central location, anyways. So it's really kind of made a lot of sense for us. So, um, and this is kind of like the kind of the center of commerce, if you will. This is the passenger line that goes all the way back to the spawn town actual Nether Hub. This is the passenger line, automatically recycles our carts for us. Um, so on top of that, we have a freight line that also has an additional iron line to where people wouldn't send chest carts down and have them explode because there was a large migration of items at the time when we first started moving. And here is a bunch of iron from the Titan with a hopper system behind it. Quite nice. Um, so I'm not actually going to go down this tunnel, but again, it's like 600 blocks. So there we go. And I turn around and try to. My goal with the whole Nether Hub was to, whenever you're in it, question, am I really in the Nether? And I think I did a fairly decent job of it. The lighting was a little bit of a pain. Um, if also, yes, this is diorite. If you guys are interested in the texture pack I'm using, it was created by one of the Patreons on this server and his buddy Metsus. Metsura and Metsus made this, and I fell in love with this diorite. It's amazing looking. No more, well, maybe a little bit dirty wool comments, but it definitely looks a lot better than the original texture pack. Um, and I'm almost out of food. So here is the chicken cooker. Room's obviously not done yet, but built by the amazing Mana. So, um, and then the throne on top was built by Wiz. He's and we were going to make that in the town hall, but it kind of got voted down. So, and one bad thing about this little path that I made that's 600 and so blocks long is horses don't fit down it very well. In fact, you tend to die or take a lot of damage anyways. So recently, because I needed a bunch of netherrack for my build I'm currently working on, I built another 600 block tunnel that is not finished yet, but at least the netherrack's all dug out. So, and I will show you what I cooked up that netherrack for. This would be my build here, um, my tunnel, anyways. Try to It kind of matches the actual style. And yes, this I'll show you in a second. This block right here is, yes, granite, an actual usable granite. That's why I love this texture pack. So, my little gift from Dal Dantil, another Patreon. I highly recommend you check out his channel. Um, but this is my base. It's kind of designed to be like fire destruction, all of that. A lot of coarse dirt, nether rack with fires and the dead bushes and everything else. So just kind of going for fire-esque, obviously fire nether. Someone's sleeping, so it's going to pop over real soon. But as you can see, I originally built this and I made the walls incredibly flat, and I don't like it. So I'm going back through, adding in a little bit of detail. I'll call it a detail pass. I tend to do stuff like that quite a bit. So I'm just adding in this extra line of polished blocks and experimenting with adding some nether fences in. So it's coming along. It's a lot of work. The upper part is really tall, and one of the design ideas I have for this is for you to be able to stand down here and look all the way up. And eventually, this I think is going to end up going up to build limit. I'm not sure yet. Um, I got to design the top part before I make that final decision. But at this point, it's about 60. I think it's 59 blocks actually from build limit at the top of this thing at where it's at right now. So um, this is my storage system, auto sorter. Items get thrown in here. So like I throw that in there, it goes to water stream, up an item elevator, and then up and around, and filters through. Because I'm using all the hoppers, I didn't really want to use item frames too, so just went ahead and went with signs. And always got to remember I am on a server. Don't want to be lagging everyone out. These little item frames up here, gifts I got for my birthday. Little inside joke there. Well, not. I kind of went on a murdering spree of gas when I turned around and I was building another hub. I've gotten up to 322 gas kills at this point. So, and then Mana found a diamond and named it and gave it to me. The amazing Mana. Then other just name things, walking stick. I'm joking that I'm getting old, of course. Uh, Lost Saber, Darth Coon style, get it? Uh, Ice cream spoon and happy birthday from Prince Cactus. So, figured just keep all my items in an item frame. I thought it was kind of nice of everyone to throw things together for my birthday. So, I just figure use them for decoration. Um, but in my actual halls down here, I quite a bit of room. I'm actually going to use a lot of it. But for right now, I just started like a couple little farms. Like I got a wheat farm here, and just has dispensers where I can auto dispense water, and a little cactus farm. Don't really need a lot of cactus, so this does more than enough considering as much time as I spend here. I've gotten quite a few stacks already, and yeah, and like I said, from pretty much any point down here, you're going to be able to look straight up and be like, oh, I can see the top of this build, which kind of I like being able to walk to an area and it's got its own atmosphere, even though this is kind of like in the middle of a nice, cheery plains biome. And you walk in there, it's like, oh, this is death and destruction. Okay. But my goal is all the way around it, along the terrain, anyways, is take out a bunch of pretty much all of the actual dirt and green and make it look like I said, death and destruction. That is my goal. Have quite a bit more done on this side. I kind of stopped over here because of all the water. It was kind of getting difficult to figure out what I was doing, but went through quite a few shovels actually doing this. But and then on the upper half, when you get up here from this block right here, all the way up is 64 blocks tall. So yeah, it takes quite a bit of materials. That's why I needed all the netherrack, because you can smelt the netherrack into nether brick and then craft the for nether brick into an actual nether brick block. So, and I am going to be setting up a little train system inside of here to take me to from one point to another. So, as you can see, this goes down quite a bit. It goes down actually underneath the base. I don't have any carts on me, or else I would jump in a cart. But this is the bottom floor. And that's the ceiling here. But and my goal is I'm going to turn this into like a little subterranean transport system. Might even take me other places outside the base as well. But maybe even back to Newtown, even though I mean obviously another hub's probably going to be the faster route. But yeah, so that's a little bit of a tour of this base here. Again, it's a work in progress, and I didn't want, if I make more videos, I didn't want to be like, okay, well, we're just starting here, this is what we're doing, without having any backstory on it. So, but yeah, I'll head back over to the Nether Hub, and then we'll say goodbye for today. But yeah, just like I said, it's been a lot of work, and again, this is my first proper base I've actually got to build on the server. I've been here for like 6 months now, so I spent all my time pretty much in a nether. I got to the point where everyone was like, "Oh, Darth's in a nether again," and you just turn around and I kind of like building here because you don't have to worry about night and day cycles. I mean, yeah, you have to worry about gas, but if you got a good bow and you're a good shot, they really don't matter much. But all right, well, thank you guys for joining me today, and hopefully next time we'll get some building done on a new base. Talk to you later.